This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
Hey, this is BJ. Thanks for listening to our show's podcast. If you're a fan of all things geeky, you should check out my other podcast, BJ Shea's Geek Nation. We have new episodes every day, and you can check it out at bjgeeknation.com.
Your driver's license is important so you can get back and forth to work, get your kids to school, and back and forth to daycare. If your license has been suspended because you can't pay your tickets, you can't do any of those things. Let's talk about Chapter 13 bankruptcy. You may have heard that tickets cannot be discharged, but they can be dealt with in a Chapter 13 case. Why not come in for a free consultation? The chapter you choose will make all the difference to your getting back legally on the road. Let's design a plan to pay off your tickets and restore your license immediately. I'm attorney Travis Gagne. Please contact me today at choosetherightchapter.com. That's choosetherightchapter.com.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. An unnamed LA County Sheriff's Department's officer has been reportedly fired after he was heard having sex while on the job. The cop was on duty at the Universal Studios Hollywood theme park near the Bates Motel attraction. And that's where he was allegedly having sex in or near his squad car.
See, I would have been fired for using my power to get on all the rides before anyone else. Like, I need to cut the line. There's a problem. What's the problem? I need to go on the ride.
Yeah, they wouldn't have to worry about you having sex with someone you weren't supposed to. It would be that.
This man flashed his badge so that he could just go on the Tower of Terror.
Well, this cop also flashed his something. His two-way radio was stuck in the on position, so everybody got to hear all the action of him having sex while on the job. We got some of the audio with a dispatcher imploring him to turn off his microphone.
Oh, open mic on dispatch 2 is an open mic, so you're like, 95 Ocean, you have an open mic. 95 Ocean, open mic. 95 Ocean, you have an open mic, secure mic.
Maybe they were at the gym.
Wow. Yeah, it's very possible.
Oh, yeah. But then wouldn't that alarm go off? The grunting
alarm?
That's
only at Planet Fitness.
The lunk alarm.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry,
alarm.
my bad.
Yeah.
Sounds like the hunk alarm went off.
That's right.
Maybe it was one of those new, have you seen the big powerful massage guns they have?
Could be.
I've gotten to use one of those recently, and noises sometimes come out.
Maybe he was on a roller coaster that was very bumpy.
Yes.
And I don't think that was him making those sounds.
Yeah, I don't think so.
No. Well, here's what this officer surely was getting the job done. I mean, the one thing's for sure is that he was getting the job done.
Well, I hope that he used the rubber so it was serving in protection.
I get that.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
Did he not hear that person saying I guess maybe he just lowered the volume so he wouldn't be distracted?
Yeah, I would say so.
Well, if you're in a theme park, there's a lot going on around you, like lots of noises and stuff. So
plus you got the noises right in front of you.
Plus his friend seemed to be very vocal.
Yeah.
Wow. Oh, yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
That had to been... I mean, because he at some point had to walk back in somewhere to hand over his stuff, and he had to go see all the old coworkers that were listening to him do that.
Well, you know what? It depends on like how it hit everybody. I mean, a lot of coworkers probably would have been like, "All right, well, listen, if you're going to go out, that's the way to go out."
Or they knew about it. Like you know stuff about your coworker, so it's like, "Oh, Jimmy." Yeah, that's Jimmy for you. He finally got caught.
Yep, he's been boning people left and right on the job.
Yeah. Well, you know something, look, I mean, it's obviously something you shouldn't do, but there are worse things that have been done by the police, so I'm happy that this is it. It seems like, you know what, as far as I know, nobody got hurt.
Where's the chest cam footage of all this?
Yeah.
He probably didn't keep his uniform on.
Yeah.
Or maybe he did.
It's hard, you know what? That could be a thing for some people.
Do you think he was in the squad car, or did they do this like in the back of Universal Studios.
Well, they were near Bates Motel. Maybe they got a room.
Which one's Bates Motel? I don't think there's an actual room for you to take there, BJ.
You don't know.
Bates Motel's from Psycho, so that makes it a little weird.
That's true, yeah.
That makes it a little weird, does it? All right.
Yeah.
So you just do it outside the hotel, is what you're saying? Okay, fine. Yeah.
Oh, no, it says that it's a maybe, dude, they could sneak into a room because I thought it was a ride. Well, she obviously was on a ride, but it's one of the most popular attractions at Universal Studio Hollywood, and it's just made to look like the Bates Motel. I thought it was a ride, though. So is it not?
I have no idea.
I'm seeing something else. I don't know if it's the same thing. It's a haunted house.
I was going to say, I think it's the horror nights that they do.
The horror nights?
Yeah,
that's
horror. That's what he was doing. He was definitely doing that. Yeah, he was.
That makes a lot of sense.
So is there a room he could dip into?
I mean, there's haunted houses, probably.
It was already like a fully functional motel.
Nice.
Yeah, look at that. See, he probably dipped into the room so he could dip into the room. Yeah. All right, good for him. Good for you. You know what? You don't have a job anymore, but you know something? You went out in style, sir.
He could say I was going undercover, and
he was
undercovers.
Yes, I needed to go the full meal to make sure that this was going to happen.
But that's not the first time he's done this. I think that he's banging girls left and right,
dude. I wouldn't disagree with you. I think like whenever someone gets caught doing something crazy, you're like, do you really think the one time they did it is the one time they got caught?
No.
Yeah, probably not. You know, people look good in uniform, so you never know what's going on.
I can't believe I've only done it one time, and I only got caught this one time.
Come on, give a guy a break. I mean, I know it's it's a tough one for me when it comes to sex. If it's consensual sex, yeah, you shouldn't be doing it on the job. Do you think he deserves another chance, is all I'm saying? You know, like, or do you believe in Danny? Like, no, it's not his first time. Get him out the force.
We just talked about how you were going to threaten to fire the Rev if he didn't let you into the studios because he was on his cell phone playing a video game.
Yeah, what's up with this?
But you know what? I got hurt in that situation if it were me.
All
That's
right,
a whole
so
different
what
story.
if you couldn't get into the building because Rev was too busy boning somebody?
Right?
Okay, well, that scenario I can't even picture in my head.
Yeah, what if I had my own Bates Motel situation?
Yeah, I really don't feel like that would ever be a reason. But even, you know what? I mean, I think that, yes, I don't think the Rev should be fired, except he did admit that this is a pattern. That's the only reason. So Danny's right. If we have any more info that the guy's done it before, then probably, yeah, you got to let him go. But
I mean, I feel like if you get busted for that, maybe poor choice of words, but if you get busted for that, you have to know you're getting fired.
Yeah,
I don't think you could be like, I don't think there's any chance of you being able to say, hey, come on, give me another shot.
So you don't think the guy should get a second chance? I mean, there are worse things for people to do. And that's why if it was consensual, you give the guy a warning because you don't want him to do this on the job. I just feel like, man, you know, if that's the only thing he's ever done in his career is just he's the guy that bangs people and he actually is a good cop otherwise, we don't got enough good cops in the world. I guess that's what I'm thinking is I want to, you know, I don't want to get rid of the good cops. I want to give him a chance. You know, I mean, because he hasn't hurt anybody. He's just, doing something stupid.
Have we seen how she's walking these days?
Yeah, well, anyway, so he's done either way. It doesn't matter what I think. He's gone. It's over. Now, on to something that I think is really the big news. A third of Americans admit that they've intentionally bought too much Halloween candy before Halloween so that they'd have leftover candy they could eat themselves.
I'd like to do that.
A third of us. Woo!
I would have said 3 out of 3.
Yeah.
Like 100% of people I thought did that.
Well, we can't do that because my wife is responsible and won't let me do that.
I'm trying to be that way too, Steve. I agree with you that if I had my choice, I'd want to be that way. But I just can't be eating all the candy because candy is the thing that I love, and I just can't be buying a bunch of it.
I'm not saying eat all the candy, but I feel like I need to at least have a half a bag's worth of candy left over, just for a good old Steve-O time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Well, you know what, you sir are doing the proper exercise to work all that off. A guy like me is not, therefore I can't have it around.
Or you can do like me. So my neighborhood gets really, really busy with kids. So I've been stockpiling like the Costco size bags. I have 3 giant bags in my house. Put it on the top shelf. Can't reach it.
So what happens if a kid shows up and they want that candy?
I'll have somebody come in, like my dad, and he'll grab it.
You have a child come in and be like, "Can you reach that? I can't.
I can't.
Please, 5-year-old, you're taller
She'll
than
get
me."
a toddler will come in and you'd be taller than her. Yeah.
Right.
See, we don't get any trick-or-treaters just because of, we live in basically a condo in West Seattle, and there's just, they don't come to the,
Shocking.
they can't find our door. So
Can they yell out the window and you can throw it like Mardi Gras?
Yeah.
That's the
Awesome.
weird part.
That'd be a good idea, actually.
It's, you get destination weddings. It's now destination Halloween stops. Nobody goes to our neighborhood. They always go to the fancy neighborhood on Mercer Island, which is not mine. And that's where people will always take their kids trick-or-treating. Or they will go to, maybe the grandparents' house or neighborhood. Nobody ever comes to my place. Everybody takes their kids somewhere else. I thought last year we had we have 3 sets of families with little kids in the neighborhood now. And I thought, finally... Yeah, none of them came.
Well, would you
they're
really
told
want
not to go near your house.
Yeah, I was going to say, would you really want to go to Gary Ridgway's house? I wouldn't.
No.
It's Halloween, shouldn't at least one time?
Actually, yeah, that should be the time you would go
That's
to
the
that.
time.
Unless you're a
don't look-
prostitute.
Oh.
Okay, well, you know what? I don't know how many people.
Yeah, how many
are-
prostitutes are trick-or-treating?
Yeah,
At
don't
least
know.
5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, all right.
On Aurora.
Yeah.
You mentioned the fact that people go to different neighborhoods, and it's hilarious because I saw a next door post that was asking people not to go to their neighborhood because somebody put an invite out because it was a good neighborhood, and they're like, "Don't go to our neighborhood. You're ruining it for everybody."
Danny, what you should do is do your clown makeup, that creepy clown thing, and just be on the balcony of your West Seattle apartment and yell at the kids, be like, "You want candy? Come up here."
That's not a bad idea.
That won't freak out the parents.
No, not at all.
It's so Halloween's on a Sunday this year. I won't be in on Monday if I do that, but
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll stand next to you with a shovel, Danny. I'm sure it'll be fine.
I don't think we're going to get too many just because our development's not. There's 5 people living in our development. They're still building houses. There's not a lot of people. So
I still bet you'll get more than I will.
we're probably going to hit the road. We got to
Oh, you're the reason. See, that's what they look at you. It's you. You don't stay in your own neighborhood. You go where you're going.
Well, what am I supposed to do? The child we got to take a trick-or-treating.
Yeah, see, this is why I get no one
And by
coming to my
trick-or-treating, we
house.
can bring it to the in-laws and just show off our Minnie Mouse outfit.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
That's why I get no. That's because I think that's what the families in my neighborhood do is they just go to the grandparents. And because how can you blame them? Of course, who doesn't want to see the cute little kid in the outfit?
But we're still going to make it home probably in time for some trick-or-treaters, so we have to have some candy at our house, just in case.
All right. Well, maybe you should drive to my neighborhood. A little.
I'm not driving to Mercer Island from Pure.
I will make it worth Tater Tot's while. I will. She will probably be a bowl of candy, and she'll be the only one that's coming. Are you sure, Steve? There's a lot of candy.
Now you sound like you're also making it Steve Miggs' while.
Well, I figured, somebody who likes to have a leftover bag of candy, you know what? There may be something in it for you too, kid.
You just got to get a kid that doesn't like candy. Lily doesn't like candy, so she
at least like trick-or-treating?
She loves trick-or-treating.
So what does she want, like an apple?
No, she doesn't really eat it. She gets an entire bag of candy, and then she'll eat one, and then she's like, "Here, you can have the rest." And I'm like,
"Whoa!"
Yeah, she's kind of like me in sweets.
How are you not bringing these in every single time?
Well, I have to bring them all the way from Massachusetts. And
I'm okay with that.
All right.
Yeah, seriously, you can pack those in your. Come on.
None of this is an inconvenience to us.
Yeah,
Not
fair.
at all. If you don't have room for a little bag of the leftover candy from your daughter, Danny, you're packing wrong.
I'll
we'll
see
get
what I
Marie
can do.
Kondo to figure this out.
Someone
for
said
you.
get a T-shirt cannon, but built for candy and shoot them to kids out on the street.
Oh, that's
Yeah,
not a bad
that's.
idea.
I don't see how that could go wrong at all.
Don't go that fast.
How about this? More than a third of adults have accidentally snacked on Halloween candy throughout the entire month of October before.
It's no
accidentally.
Yeah, there's no accident there.
Well, who's putting that down as a survey? Tell me about your Halloween. Yeah, I accidentally just go through all the candy.
I think they're being sarcastic.
Yeah.
I accidentally ate some again, babe. Kind of a thing.
About more than half the parents plan to steal some of their kids' haul this year, but unless you're Danny, you don't even have to worry about it. The kid just hands it over.
That's just part of the cut.
Yeah. You gave birth.
I'm like your agent for your candy.
It's called the dad tax.
Yeah.
But there are people though that feel guilty about that though. They said only 32% of Americans feel zero guilt about taking the dad tax. Isn't that weird? I mean, crying out loud, you're the one that bought the costume. You went out there, you put up with the kid your whole life. Why would you feel guilty about it? And also you're taking the candy so they don't get all hyped up. Everybody's a winner here.
Yeah, well, it's not like I'm going to snatch it out of their hand and eat it in front of me like sucker.
Wait till they go to the bed and do it like a responsible parent.
Exactly.
Yes. Yeah.
Or while we're making sure that there's no weapons inside of them or on razor blades, just pocket some of them.
Yeah.
And 41% of parents are like Steve. They take their kids to a different neighborhood. Damn it. That's why I get nobody.
Yeah.
Hope you feel good about yourself there, Miggsy.
I mean, I don't know what to tell you. Like, I've never done it. I'm just going to go this time so I can go. Like, every other year I've been doing the damn candy, and I don't see you swinging by.
Well, again, Puyallup was a little out of the way, and then I would be one of those 41% that went out of my own neighborhood. And I'm a little too old to trick-or-treat, but I would do it if I could.
You're never too old. If you showed up at my door in a costume, I'm giving you candy. I don't care how old you are.
Oh, yeah, you know my rule. Yeah, I mean, I will. Look, I know the kids are getting bigger, so I've had to adjust how tall you are. I've made the adjustment a little bit, but if you look like you're a teenager, you're off the property. Get out.
Actually, funny enough, I think all my neighbors thought I was a teenager or a kid because last year I was talking to a neighbor yesterday. She was saying that there's a house down the street handing out beer to all the parents, and I went trick-or-treating with my little brother, and nobody offered me a beer. Well, I also was wearing a onesie, but still.
Yeah, you're child size.
Sorry, Vicky, you in a onesie, honestly. I when we travel and you sometimes if you onesie up sometimes if you're traveling because you've had a really long hangover night, I'd be like, she looks like she's 5. I mean, she really does. No one's going to hand you any alcohol with a onesie
stitch
on.
Pillow.
Yeah, know, exactly. Right? Oh yeah, yeah. You really, really do. I mean, honestly. Hey, here's a question for you. Have you ever pretended to be bad at a task just so you won't have to do it again? No. Yeah. We'll talk about this phenomenon at 8:17 on The Rock.
BJ and Migs, mornings on The Rock, 99.9 KISW.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at weconsiderwa.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.
Make your kitchen ready for every summer gathering this Memorial Day with LG and Lowe's. Our exclusive InstaView appliance suite includes ranges with air fry, refrigerators with slow melting craft ice, and an exclusive dishwasher you can only find at Lowe's. Plus, you'll get up to 10% back via a MasterCard prepaid card when you bundle eligible LG products via rebate. Shop Memorial Day savings at Lowe's. Offer valid 3/3 through 5/18 on select LG items only. See Lowe's.com/rebates for details and timing.
99.9 KISW, The Rock of Seattle. Well, a recent poll was done, and what they asked people is like, hey, have you ever intentionally pretended to be bad at a task or job at home or at work just so they would never ask you to do that job again?
See, I think I'm just fortunate that I'm just bad at every chore at home that even though I try, man. I try and clean certain things, and my wife's just like, how did you miss all of this? I'm like, I don't know. She's like, well, yeah, you're not going to be the one that's going to be mopping the floors anymore. I'm like, that's bummer. The only thing that she's okay with, even if I do miss a spot here and there, is cleaning the toilets. Like, that's my chore. It doesn't matter how good or bad I am at that. She wants nothing to do with the toilets, doesn't want to be near them. Yep. So, you know, a 60% job is better than 0% because she wouldn't do it at all.
Yeah. I mean, when you think about it, it's like, yeah, who cares? As long as I'm not catching anything, I'm fine.
Right. I mean, for the most part, I mean, they're clean. Like, but you know, like, there might be like a little, like, dust in the back bottom corner of it that, like, I missed a spot. And she's not going to, and she doesn't even bother calling me out on it. She's like, I'm just appreciative that you're willing to do it. So that's my only thing that I do.
That's not a bad deal.
Yeah.
It really isn't, because, I mean, toilet cleaning, how difficult is it?
I don't think it's very hard. I just
No,
write
not
the
at
thing
all.
on it and I'm done.
Yeah, I mean, plus, the scrubbing bubbles do all the work.
Well, I use the wand thing. I put a little elbow grease in
Yeah,
that
that elbow grease there.
Is it the one where you connect the little part at the end
The
every
wand?
time?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, those are the best.
I don't even know if I know that. I mean,
I just got a brush. You
I got the
fancy.
I got the scrubber brush thing. That's all I have.
Well, it's like a plastic rod that connects into like a little brush.
And the brush
a
has
spongy thing.
has all the cleaning stuff in it, and it's disposable. So you just throw the head away every time.
Is it a sponge or is it like super like hard scrubbies? Because I mean, I got the hard scrubby brush.
It's a sponge like sub material. It's called the toilet wand.
Yeah, it's not going to scratch your toilet or anything.
No, it's just like a sponge attached to a stick.
Cleans very well.
Yeah, okay.
Those things are awesome.
I don't know how I feel about those because I feel like you need a scrubber. I mean, I don't know why. I always
Well, it's
thought
got
you
like an
needed-
abrasive bottom to it, like a sponge.
Yeah.
like the abrasive part of a sponge. I gotcha.
Yeah,
okay.
it's just not hard.
Well, I mean, yeah, but it can scrub basically because there's two sides of a sponge. There's the sponge that's the soft, really squishy side, and then there's the abrasive. You're talking about the scrubber side, right?
Yes,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yeah, there, I gotcha. Okay, well then that works. I didn't even know about this thing.
Oh, get with the program, man.
Yes.
$8.59 at Target.
Wow. See, I got the bottle that you squirt. That has a little nozzle that squirts under the toilet ring there. So you can get it underneath.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then I let it soak for a little bit, and then I scrub. Yeah, but you know what? Your kids, whatever, do what you want.
So I said, what married guy hasn't pretended to be bad at a chore in order to get out of doing it?
Yeah, I learned it when I was a kid. I would pretend my mom would be like, you need to do your laundry. And so then I would just like overflow the laundry machine with like soap and whatnot. So it was just like spilling out. And she's like, no, you're not doing your laundry. So I didn't do my laundry until probably I was like 22.
Huh.
That's where I learned how to like pretend I was doing things wrong.
People got to be lying. Yeah. People have to be lying in this survey, even though the amount of people are nice. 69% claim they've never tried this doing something badly so they wouldn't have to do it again.
Their wife
never even occurred to me because I thought I would get in so much trouble.
Someone said 100% of the time I do this. I've been in the Army for 21 years, and I pretended to be bad at so many things so I wouldn't get tasked to do them again.
Wow.
Yeah, nothing at work. I wouldn't pretend to be. I would be just too afraid to be like, well, if you can't do it, we'll find someone else who can.
Yeah.
And then you're just not useful anymore. I would never think to be like, nope, not doing that. Unless it was something I just was like opposed to because of like other than disability. Like, it's like, oh, that's just messed up. I'm not going to do that. But yeah, I wouldn't pretend to not be able to do something out of fear of that.
Yeah.
Younger people say that they were far more willing to admit they do this. Men were also more willing to admit that they do this than women. And I don't know what that says, except, I guess younger people don't have a problem with it. They're like, whatever. But yeah, it is interesting, Steve. You and I come from generations where you really, you had to be good or you'd be replaced. I mean, at least that's how I always thought. I always thought, or I would get yelled at in my family. It's like my dad just yelled at me to no end when there was just certain things he thought I should be able to know how to do and I didn't. So I really tried hard too because I don't want to get yelled at again, but I suck at this.
Another one that I used to do was the hanging pictures. I would hang them crooked so that way I didn't have to like measure it. I hate hanging pictures.
But who the hell's hanging the picture then for you?
My girlfriend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Wow.
She's really good at doing it.
Any chance I can get her to hang some pictures for me? Because I have that task coming up right now, and I hate doing it too.
Everyone has a price, BJ.
All right. Well, you know what? We'll have to
what are
get
you
in
thinking? 50, 100?
Yeah. Well, it depends on how many pictures, I guess.
Yeah, I guess $69 an hour.
There you go.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Or per
including trans.
I think I can get that done cheaper, but thanks for the negotiation.
Yeah, but at least you have a testimonial from someone that you know. Sometimes you got to pay better money to know that it's going to get done right.
That's true.
Yeah, it's $69 an hour to hang a picture. Well, I mean, I wonder what that would be. You said an hour?
Yeah.
Do I have to pay the full hour, or Danny, just how long it ever takes?
Not full hour.
Oh, she's
full hour, and that also includes transportation.
Yeah.
So, while she's commuting, that counts for an hour. So
I see what you're saying. So now you're really just upping the price. Like, Danny, is that, you know what?
No, we're upfront. We're not upping anything. We're being upfront about the price, man.
And then an extra $20 to have me go first and try to hang it myself, and then it's crooked. So that way she gets motivation to go up and be like, I'm going to do it straight.
You guys are like the dumbest negotiators I've ever heard of.
I'm not on board with that one. No, don't lump me in with that one. Mine's basic. I'm not throwing in someone that's going to mess it up.
Listen, yes, granted, compared to Danny's negotiation, you look like a genius, but both of you really need to work on that.
Texter says I'm banned from doing 80% of the chores around the house. I screw up laundry, and then I don't get trusted with anything other than toilet, garbage, and a cat box, LOL. So basically the nasty stuff.
Yeah, because nobody wants to do that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how you could mess that up so much that somebody would take that off your hands. You'd have to like spill garbage everywhere. The cat stuff would have to be everywhere. How could you screw that up that somebody would eventually take that out of your hands that doesn't want to do it?
I'm pretty sure my wife doesn't. Like, she'll let me, but like she'll appreciate when I vacuum the house. But I have a very strong feeling that she would prefer that I don't vacuum the house because I don't get the good lines going. Mine's just like it doesn't look anything fancy. Whereas she's got like, I mean, it's just pristine looking. Like, I feel bad walking in rooms. Like, I tiptoe in the rooms because I'm like, oh man, these lines are immaculate.
Wow. Yeah. I know it's a horrible feeling when you have to let that go. But it's like, well, I mean, I need to be in this room. What the hell? I don't know how many days you're supposed to have those lines. I mean, is it one day? Is one day, and then after that you go, look, it was done, more than a day ago. Can I walk in the room now?
With a 2-year-old, you'd be happy to get 45 seconds. Because she just follows her around. Like, that's our little mini-me. So the minute that Sid goes into one room to start vacuuming, Tatum's right there just dancing all over. And I can see the anxiety. My wife's just like, I just vacuumed.
Yeah, sorry.
Can you take this child? I'm like, I can't control her. She wants to be in the room that you're in.
What are you going to do? She
likes helping.
Don't ever try to have a nice place with a child. I mean, you just have to let that go. That whatever you had before, it's done. They own the whole joint, and they'll do whatever they damn well please. Yeah. Well, congratulations on y'all. Yeah.
So it says the longer this conversation goes, the more I think your guy cards need to be pulled.
Oh. Because?
Like, I handed in my guy card forever ago.
Yeah.
I turned it in. I said, I don't care anymore.
It was revoked for me at birth.
Why is my guy card? Why is our guy? Because we get out of chores.
I have no idea.
I feel like that means you get a good guy card if you're all of a sudden getting out of stuff.
Maybe just the fact that we're doing any chores makes us less of a guy. I don't know.
I would like to text you to elaborate,
or that we don't stand up and be a man and take care of our stuff at home.
It could go one or two ways.
Yeah, you're right. I know. I don't know which way to go on this because
I don't
the old
care.
school
I'm getting
guy
my
card
nails done later, and I'm getting waxed, and I don't care what this person says. I have better things to worry about.
You do you.
I told you to get sugared, Steve. Sugar really is better than
What
wax.
the hell is sugared?
It's like waxing, except it doesn't pull all layers of skin. It just pulls the dead skin and the hair off.
But I like it when they pull the skin off. No, I'm kidding. I don't get waxed.
I know you don't. You're just like,
we can tell that you don't with that comment.
Yeah. Oh, I love getting waxed.
It has nothing to do with masculinity, and it has everything to do with pain.
Yeah.
I like the pain.
No.
And being hairless.
Oh, you don't like pain, Steve? I'm taking your man card away.
Yeah, all right. I don't know. You might want to go check the trash. It's been gone for a while.
Yeah. I am. You know what, though? I am curious. I don't know why I don't know. Like you said, it could go either way, and I want to know who I'm offending because there's old school and new school man cards. You know what I mean? You used to have a man card for some reasons, but now, like you said, the script is flipped. I don't know.
Is it because you guys can't hang up a picture properly?
Ooh, but now with the
survey says, I don't know.
Those command strips, the command strips make it easier. Plus, if you have that whatever that is, the yellow little bubble thing that they used to have it. What do they call those?
The levelers.
The levelers.
They literally have an app for that on your phone.
Exactly.
I use that all the time, and it works.
Yeah. So between a command strip and the leveling app, what do I need?
Those command strips, though, it took me a while to trust them.
No, I get it.
I still don't trust them. They've torn off paint in my house before.
Have they really?
Oh, yeah.
Are you ripping them off the wall? Because
you do the thing, and some paint, I guess it's cheaper paint or something.
Maybe.
It just rips it off. I've gotten fined from renters or like landlords for that.
Because I've always was afraid of doing it because of that reason. And finally, when I did it, I'm like, I can't believe I've been waiting this long. This is so easy.
Right.
Because I've never had that issue. Even when we moved, we had a bunch of stuff hung up with those command strips, and everything came off just fine. No paint stripped.
Nice.
I think if you're worried that anything's going to strip, if you have a hair dryer, which I mean I know Steve has many hair dryers.
Here at work.
Yes, exactly. In your car, everywhere. You blow some of the hot air on it, and it kind of loosens up the stickiness.
Interesting.
Oh, really?
The same with stickers. If you're trying to take a sticker off something, don't want to ruin it.
So that works in the command. So it works in the command strip.
Heat.
All right.
Or just rub it real hard.
Excuse me.
All right.
All righty.
You're welcome.
Yeah. Well, I have no idea because I've never done any of these things.
Well, it's because you don't have a man card.
Yeah, that's what it is. You're absolutely right. I need to get a man card back. All right, well, fine. Thank you, Texter. Thank you for thank you for shaming us for whatever the hell. We don't know why, but thank you.
I know. I don't know, and I don't care.
Yeah, I slightly care because I just want to yell.
Why do you? Oh, okay. If you
he just wants to yell at him. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like to engage people that because my bet is that person's a moron. That's it just that.
Well, I could have told you that.
I'm just going to listen to my Taylor Swift and not worry about this.
Oh, look at you. Yesterday, Steve, or also known as Swifty, he did get this one wrong.
Which body system is in charge of delivering oxygen and nutrients to our cells?
The butt?
No.
The lungs?
No.
The esophagus?
No.
The butt, ladies and gentlemen. The butt system.
When all else fails, go for the butt.
That's it. We were looking for the circulatory system, actually, and you can go for the butt if you want to. You want a shot at beating Steve, you got it. 206-421-ROCK. We're playing Beat Miggs at 8:47 on The Rock.
Today's podcast was brought to you by Travis Gagne, bankruptcy attorney. He's here right now and has agreed to answer more of your questions about bankruptcy. How do I figure out who my creditors are?
People a lot of times have had a long time of not having good credit and having collections, and so they're concerned that you may be concerned that you won't be able to find all your creditors if you file bankruptcy. How will I know which collection agency has my credit card bill from 10 years ago now? And that's something that's hard to keep track of because credit collection agencies transfer your debts all over the place. But we will pull all your credit bureaus, and by getting all three of your credit bureaus, we'll be able to tell who has your credit and debt now, which collection agencies have had it in the past, and we'll make sure that we file all your creditors when we file your bankruptcy so that nothing slips through the cracks.
Thanks, Travis. If you have more questions about bankruptcy, you can reach out to Travis anytime at ChooseTheRightChapter.com. That's ChooseTheRightChapter.com. Thanks for listening.
This podcast is brought to you by the Washington State Department of Health. As we continue to listen, learn, and grow, we are amplifying Black voices and perspectives in an effort to start a new COVID-19 vaccine conversation. We're sharing stories intended to help us navigate this unprecedented time together and to co-create solutions in support of the Black community. Hear these stories at WeConsiderWA.org.
Wenatchee is gorgeous in the spring with its lush green rolling hills, abundant wildflowers everywhere, and the views of the Columbia River. The local food scene offers an abundant selection of authentic international cuisines featuring the unique farm-fresh ingredients of the region. Wenatchee is also home to award-winning wines, handcrafted hard ciders, and a talented handful of local brewers producing fine craft beers. Visit Wenatchee, the heart of Washington State.
$20 million, $19 million, $6 million. These are all awards recovered for clients of Phillips Law Firm. To win big, you have to fight big. And Phillips Law has been fighting the too-big-to-fail insurance industry for decades. Not every case will have a multi-million-dollar outcome, but Phillips Law will fight just as hard to recover the outcome you deserve. If you or a loved one has been injured in a car accident or on the job, call or click today at 1-800-JUSTICE or visit justiceforyou.com.